Welcome to another episode of the Runs Produced On Air podcast. I'm very excited today to have a special guest with me. That is Arizona Diamondbacks pitcher Drey Jameson. Really appreciate him joining the call today. And Drey, thanks for taking time to do this.
Yeah, anytime, man.
So, like to just ask you a few questions about how your rehab's going. We know you're playing in the Arizona Fall League. Then some fun questions about favorite places to play, favorite baseball movie, things like that. Shouldn't be too rough. And just get the ball rolling. So
All right.
at Runs Produced, I like to write about baseball, also fantasy baseball. So my question was, do you actually play fantasy baseball, or do you know any guys, active players that play fantasy baseball?
No, I don't even know if we're allowed to play fantasy baseball.
Good
Um,
point.
but no, I don't play I play fantasy football, but
People get into fantasy football.
yeah.
That's the season right now. So do you have any secret fantasy football tips? Any guys you like on your team?
Uh, I mean, yeah, Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's sick.
He's really good.
Um, I have A Chain. Um, I mean, I wouldn't say I have any tips. I drafted well, and yeah, we just run with the team now.
A good draft is always the key to success.
It is, yeah. It's hard to get
Definitely.
people to like give up guys when in the middle of a year. It's like you have to give up a lot to then get someone, and then like as soon as you get rid of that trade, then it's like the guy you traded for doesn't have the weeks that he was having before, and then the guys you sold off basically. Those are the guys that
Yeah.
are making moves in fantasy football now.
And in injuries always a big thing in fantasy football. So you gotta watch the buys and the injuries.
Yeah.
All right. Well, back to baseball. Where's your favorite place to play? Do you have a particular stadium or city that jumps out to you? On the road, that is.
Yeah. I love playing at Dodger Stadium. Um, the energy there is just way different than anywhere else. Um, but I've also heard like Philly's really cool. I haven't played in Philly,
Okay.
so I can't speak upon that. But the Dodger Stadium is super. You feel the energy. Like my first time in Dodger Stadium, I felt like the mound was shaking when I was on the mound. So it was kind of like wow.
Great historical ballpark too. Kind of old fashioned look and feel to it, and passionate fans for sure.
Oh yeah, but that's what makes the game fun. It's like you go out there, you're getting chirped from the other teams, obviously fans, and it's just like fun. It's like you sit back, you laugh at some of the stuff you hear. Some of the stuff gets a little too far, but for the
Yeah.
most part, you just sit back and laugh.
I've heard Philly fans can be pretty intense as well.
Yeah,
So,
those people are those fans are like loyal to the good players. Like they'll love you if you're great, and then they'll hate you if you're bad. And
right.
that's just and then
Yeah.
if you're an opposing team, then obviously they're coming in and they're just gonna try to belittle you.
I heard once they threw snowballs, I think, at a during an Eagles game at Santa Claus. There's someone dressed up as Santa Claus. They're
I
throwing
have no
snowballs at
idea.
Santa. That's
But
that's how
that
intense they
doesn't
are there.
surprise me.
All right. What about when you're not pitching? Is there stadium food that's your go-to food that you really like?
Yeah, I mean, I love pretzels and cheese. Like ballpark pretzels, that's probably my
That's hard to
go-to
beat.
for sure. Sometimes I'll like have the club to go get me one, and it's like that's like when I was in the minor leagues, when I was in AAA. Our clubby Paulie at the time, he's not with us anymore, but I'd always just give him some money. He'd run up, get me like a pretzel and cheese, and then come back down. And that's definitely probably my ballpark food.
That's where it's at. And the spicy cheese, you like the
I just
cheese with a
like, I mean,
kick?
yeah, I like spicy foods, but I would say it's more of like just the normal nacho cheese, like for me.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Pretzels are good. Can't beat the hot dog. Classic baseball staples. Is there anything at Chase Field that's like their specialty? I know some stadiums have like the food they're known for.
Honestly, I don't know. I
You're
mean, I
probably
think it's
worried about
just
the game on the field.
yeah. I'm not. Chase, the food downstairs is a lot better than the food on the concourse.
Very good point. All right. How about you have a favorite baseball movie that you go to? You know, a lot of times we see them when we're kids and kind of watch it for nostalgia. Do you have one that jumps out?
I'm not a big like movie TV person, so like I never like if I turn on like anything on my TV, it's usually like Pawn Stars or Storage Wars or
Okay.
that kind
Yep.
of like stuff. Like that's what I'm into. Um, but I mean, obviously the Sandlot's like the iconic movie, you know. But I don't really. That's not like my what would you say? Not a coping mechanism, but like that's not
Sure.
my
Yeah, like what you do to relax or
exactly. Yeah,
chill.
I'm more like playing a video game or I'm sleeping. Really.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
So now it is the off season. So speaking about chilling, there's probably some relaxing that's done. But recently, I know you've been playing in the Arizona Fall League. Things seem to be going well. I read a story recently. Your velocity was back up to 99. So how is the rehab going from the elbow and how are you feeling right now?
Good. Yeah, so with the fall league it was more sorry, I'm moving around a lot. This sun's like beating in my eyes.
No
But
problem.
um Arizona Fall League's good. It was I'm not in it anymore. I
Okay.
just stopped. Friday was my last outing. So the idea behind it was basically to see if the elbow was good. Um See if I could go out, throw some innings and still keep not have that problem because I had some backside elbow like they know what it is. I don't really just still don't know what it really is. I just know I got Botox in my neck and in my pec, and then it, just freed up the arm, and now I don't feel what I was feeling when I went on the IL again this year in May or whenever it was. But yeah, it's been good. Like for me, it's just health related. I wasn't going out there trying to get results or any of
Sure.
that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
just
It
trying to get
was
back in the groove.
correct. I just wanted to, test the arm and really get it going and like to truly figure out, hey, did this Botox work? And yeah, so that's what I did. I went out there. I got through 6 times, got to like a 1+, and then I felt like I was pretty good with that. I was satisfied with where my arm was, and I just wanted to take a complete off season and then get back at it next year.
That's great. So with with the rehab, has it changed? Are you throwing any new pitches, throwing anything differently, or just to get back to kind of where you were at health wise prior to the injury?
Yeah, so I one thing I like was really trying to like work on in this 4 weeks that I've been playing catch again really.
Hmm.
Um was trying to get the vert on the fastball. And that's something that I know like my fastball lacks is the vertical break. And that's something that I've been trying to work on. Um but I haven't really been tinkering with like too many pitches. I'm trying to find the slider again. Slider's still kind of not all the way there. So for me, it was like tinkering around, but like just not taking anything, not beat myself up over
Sure.
anything because it's like the whole purpose of this is to make sure my elbow's good. So, um, and everything else will fall back in place, I think, and we'll be good. But yeah, the fall league was great, and I just think it's a good opportunity for me to test the elbow and at the same time get into that game form against. There's a lot of good hitters out there. Um, there's a lot of good talent, and yeah, I mean it was fun, and yeah,
I feel for casual baseball fans, I think it's like a kind of a well kept secret, the Arizona Fall League. It's pretty cool chance to get to see some baseball, get to see, up and coming guys and looks like a lot of fun. I've never been down there for Fall League, but
It is
It's a good
fun.
time.
It is fun. There's not many people that go to the games. It's very quiet, like you said. Like it's very kind of like I don't think they necessarily promote or market the Arizona Fall League
Sure.
where they could to get people to actually come out. Because I mean, I don't know how many top 100 prospects there are in the Fall League, but there's some in there, and
Yeah.
there's guys that can play, and you could really see these guys at a very young age and kind of watch their growth. So I mean, I think it's what you said to your point. I think that's like they don't market. It's very quiet. It's
Mm.
very under the radar kind of a league.
Yeah. Yeah. That's sort of what I've noticed. So now that you've wrapped that up, are you just aiming toward live pitching during spring training, or what does the rest of your off season look like?
Yeah, so I'll shut down for 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'll start picking up and try to get ready for spring training. I'll be 100% like no restrictions when spring training comes around.
Oh, that's great to hear. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was the plan that you'd rest now that you got to get some pitching in, against live hitting.
Yeah, so I definitely want to take some time just because even though like I was out for 3 months of the year, in that 3 months I was still like playing catch and then shutting it down because it didn't like I still felt the elbow or and that kind of stuff. So I never had like a solid like time off to basically have that reset button.
Sure. Yeah, I mean it's mentally too, right? Not just the physical side of it.
Yeah.
So as we move into next season then, and you're working your way back, do you see yourself in the bullpen or back as a starter? 'Cause that could be determined.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't know have any answers to that specifically, but I mean, personally what I would want, is like the ultimate dream, the ultimate goal would be to start games. Um, and that's something that I've, done my whole life. That's something that I've wanted to do my whole life and
Right.
continue doing that. But, after like, the injuries and all this, it's like now I'm looking at it as like I just want to play again, and whatever that role that is. Now,
Sure.
me coming back this coming up year, I could only guess that I'm for sure going to be in the bullpen. Um, but I don't really know. The plans could change or anything can happen. So,
Hmm.
um, and I don't even know a specific role either. It's like it's still kind of. I was in a weird state of like coming back from TJ, gonna go to the bullpen for a year and then start again. But then it's like you get TJ, now I come back in the bullpen, I get hurt,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
I'm out
that's
for 3 months.
unfortunate.
So it's like next year, it's like that we never accomplished that year
Sure.
one. So I don't know what they'll do, but like I said, I'm up for anything. I just want to play baseball. That's it.
Well, we'll be rooting for you, all the Diamondbacks fans. We'd like to see you back out there healthy and, helping the team win.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. So as far as helping the team win, thinking about next season, last couple of years, you guys have been right there on the cusp of the playoffs and obviously coming off the World Series run 2 seasons ago. What do you think you got to do next year to get back into the playoffs?
It's just consistency, I think. From I mean, I was hurt a lot of the years, so it was more of the outside looking in, and it was. I just think there needs to be more consistency. We have the pieces, we have the team, we have the guys. Like I think our team is very gritty. Guys that want to win, guys that are passionate about winning, and we're kind of a close team. So for me, I think it's just more consistency on a daily basis. And when we complete that, then that's when I think we'll just take off.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like you guys have a certain amount of grit and like good vibes that when things are rolling, everything seems to be clicking with the defense, the base running. Like you can kind of all see it come together, and it was like starting to really gel at the end of this season. So hopefully next year get back into those playoffs.
We will. We will. We
Yeah.
will.
All right. That's awesome. So last couple questions, just more on the fun side of things. So heard a rumor, is it true that you beat Corbin Carroll in a foot race?
Yeah, I did. He hates hearing about it. It's like my claim to fame, you know? No,
Yeah.
just kidding. But um it was like a running joke. So when I was in Corbin and I, we were in high A at the time, and he had a triple or something like that, and he was just coasting around the bases.
Yeah,
And Barry Enright at the time, he was the pitching coach, and he was like, or he said something about like he's fast as what, whatever he said, and I was just like, I think I could beat him in a race. And like Barry like looks at me and he's like starts laughing. He's like, he would beat you by 4 steps. And then I was like, no, he wouldn't. That I know he won't do. I was like, I don't know if I can beat him in a race, like straight up.
sure. Yeah,
But I was like, he's definitely not beating me by 3 steps or 4 steps. And then he moved it, okay, probably 3 steps. And I was like, no. I was like, I think I could probably beat him in a race. And he's like, no chance, no chance. And I was like, all right, well, we got to try it. And he's like, no way. And he was like, no one's ready. You guys are definitely not racing. So there was like we weren't allowed to race for a little while, and then come spring training, um, I was done doing all my stuff. I think he was going out to warm up or whatever he was about to do, and I was just like, "Hey, Corb," I was like, "Let's race," and he was like, "All right." And Barry at the time was sitting at the food room right outside, like down the field, like where we were running to.
sure.
And we raced to the A at first, and it was like I think Corbin stopped after like maybe 10 steps, and then he was like, "All right, let's go all the way, like the whole field." And I was like, "All right, let's go the whole field." So we raced the whole field, and then I like turned to like see like when you're running, I'm down, I'm not like
Oh,
paying
sure.
attention, and I like looked next to me, and Corbin's like a decent amount behind me. And he just like stops, and and Barry's like walking out, and he's just like, "Holy shit!" He's like, "My bad, I'm wrong, I'm wrong, I'm wrong."
He
And
tried to
I'm like,
change the rules on you even in the middle.
"Yeah, yeah." So it was just like a running joke that was like that race probably would have never happened if Barry wasn't like he would beat you by 3 steps.
Right. Yeah,
So
it
I
was a
was just
pride
like
thing.
adamant that I had to like show him like, no, he won't beat me by 3 steps.
So were you in like cleats and uniform or just like warm up stuff?
We were just in, I was just in shorts and I might have been in pants. I forget what we were in, but it was like spring training. So t-shirt and either shorts or I'm pretty sure shorts though, and just normal tennis shoes.
Yeah, I mean definitely more people need to know about this. You hear all the time, Corbin Carroll, fastest guy in baseball, leads the league in triples, but maybe Drey Jameson could be right up there.
Huh. See, there's two different speeds, right? There would be an argument that I would say that in a straight line, I don't know. I'm confident in my speed in the sense of like I think I could beat anyone in the game of baseball at least playing the game of
Sure.
baseball in a straight line race. Now you go around bases, that's different, right? Like
Yeah.
someone asked me like, "Do you think Corbin like you could beat Corbin around the bases?" Like I wouldn't bet on myself on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's not a I don't do that day in and day out. And like his speed is shown on the bases. Like he's that fast on the bases. I don't
Like
know
in
if I could
strategy.
actually be that fast on the bases.
It's like when they try to take Olympic sprinters, and make them into like wide receivers. And it doesn't always work once they're on in the game with all their stuff on, and it's different. But yeah, I had to verify that. I'd read that once and thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So once again, I appreciate your time here. This is awesome. I'm glad we could connect and ask you some questions. But last thing I got to ask you about is these custom cleats that you wear. So I know there's a Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine ones. I think
Hmm.
those kind of blew up right away. But what are the different ones that you've worn? And then do you have any plans for some new ones in 2026
Yeah.
that you can
Um,
reveal.
yeah, I got some actually that are being made right now, but we'll get to that last. Um, so I started doing this with Lucia a while ago, like on like my cleat stuff I would send to him. But I started with like Nike Air Forces at first.
Okay.
And he would like he's customized a couple pairs of those for me at first. And then when like the cleat band thing came up to where you could like actually like put stuff on your cleats, um, New Balance sent me these hideous like trainers. And they were green. And I'm like, the color's just not there. So I'm like, what can I think to like change these up a little bit, you know? And I was
Hmm.
like, I'll just turn them into like a custom like turf so I could wear in the dugout. And I turned them into Rick and Morty. I sent them off to have Rick
Okay.
and Morty on them because they were green, they're like bright green. So those are like my first ones that I ever like had done. And then I started going to the cleats and I have like now I have two pairs of SpongeBob like themed. I have the Scooby Doo's. I have Jimmy Neutron,
Oh, nice.
um, Tom and Jerry. I have what else do I have? I had so Doug Draybeck. I don't know if you know that name, but
Yeah, I've
he was
heard him.
he's a pitching coach. Was a Cy Young Award winner back in his days, but I made him some of like the Flintstones. So he has like the Flintstone customs and he wears them every single game. I love it.
It's
It's the
awesome.
greatest. But I also have some like smaller like Dior like where they do like the Dior logos and stuff in the New Balance sign. Um
That's cool.
I had like I debuted in a Louis Vuitton pair. Um I also have like my hometown spikes. So it's like a cause theme, like painting on the cleats and then like the backside has like the skyline of Indianapolis and then has the area code on them. And then I have like I did a COVID cleat. So I started in Hillsboro
Yep.
and then they were like the COVID cleat, like to remember that year. So I made a Hillsboro Hops on one cleat and an Amarillo Sod Poodles themed on the other cleat because I played those are the two places I played. And then there's like the little COVID like little
Well, like
particle things on
the
it, whatever
circle
it is. Like,
things. Yeah.
yeah. So, but I don't even know if I even wore those. I forget. But and then I have some being made. I have more too. I kind of forget what I have, but I have the ones I'm having made right now are I think are gonna probably be the new like Scooby Doo ones.
Nice.
Because now I'm kind of shifting over into belts. So I'm matching my belts
Oh,
now with
okay.
my cleats. So I have like I have the Tom and Jerry ones, so the cleats match the belt, and then I have the Scooby Doo ones where the cleats match the belt, and then I just had a Buzz Lightyear belt made, and then a Woody belt made, and
Great.
now the new cleats that are coming are Buzz Lightyear cleats and Woody's cleats.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, those are
So
gonna make a splash.
yeah, they'll be cool. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
You really covered the spectrum of all the cartoons because you could go back to Ben and
Oh
Jerry,
yeah, I got another
Flintstones.
pair. Courage the Cowardly Dog. What you know about Courage the Cowardly Dog? So I literally have a cleat of that too.
Uh, that's awesome. So, do you ever like do you auction them off or people ever like will they ever make ones people can buy or just kind of your own special collection?
Yeah, it's more of like my special collection. So I actually did some stuff on Whatnot that long ago, and on Whatnot, like a lot of the people would want, hey, we sell a pair of cleats and this and that, and I didn't really like doing that a whole lot, like
Hmm.
in the sense of like to put money in my pocket to sell my own merchandise is kind of like whatever. But like if
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it in the sense of like I did it in a sense for when all the wildfires were in California. I did a stream on Whatnot, selling kind of like my merchandise stuff to basically do like a charity thing to
Oh, that's
send
cool.
money over that way. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do stuff like that, but when it comes to like he only makes like one of ones of mine. So like if he like makes a cleat for me, like he's not gonna do that exact cleat for anyone else.
Yeah.
But
Well, that
that is smart. Maybe I'll make a collaboration. So Lucia, if you ever watch this, just collaborate and just yeah.
no,
We
no.
can make some money off that. That'd be sick. It's a good little
You hear
business idea.
heard it here first. Well, they're just fun to look at, like, pictures on Instagram and stuff when you wear
Especially
them.
if you can like if there's like a store where you could be like because anyone could send their cleats off to him and he'll do them, you know. But like if they're already pre like made, you know,
Mhm.
like a SpongeBob cleats, like you just click the button or you like whatever, and then they're shipped to your house immediately, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be better than like having to like reach out because you might not necessarily have the idea of something in your head, but you see something and it's like, oh, that's cool, you
Yeah, you
know,
need the
rather than having it
template
made.
kind of just
Yeah,
like, that's the one I want. Yeah. Well, that no, that's really cool. I mean, it's a fun thing too. I think, baseball as a whole, they're always saying like, how do we get like younger people interested? And it's definitely things like that that I
yeah,
think people enjoy.
for sure.
Well, once again, I want to thank you for your time. I think that's all the questions I have. I really appreciate it. I was excited when you agreed to come on. So, anything else you want to shout out or tell us here before we wrap up?
I think that's it, bro.
All right. Well, thanks again, Dre. Good luck in 2026 and onward.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
You too, bro.
All right. Bye.